you've had two scrimmages now. How do you feel this team is kind of coming together? And you've had some really goods, a little bit of adversity. Where do you think you guys are at a week away, or a couple days away, 4 days away?
I think we're pretty good. We always learn, no matter if it's a win or a loss. So coming back from, Pitt, we sat in the film room for 3 hours. That was the longest film session I've ever had in my college career. But it's just about learning. Coach West talks about there's two teams. It's either a team that gets better or a team that gets worse. And, we know which team we want to be, a team that gets better. So going back to the film room, knowing what we have to work on, then going to the court and translating. I think that's one of the biggest things. And our team is pretty good where we're at right now, just as far as we know what we got to get better on, focusing on those little details that we need to get better on and just putting it all together.
After Pitt, do you think Coach was maybe not terribly disappointed about the result, knowing that he maybe could give you guys a 3-hour film session and get on you a bit?
I'm sure he was excited to have that film session. I think we needed it, though, especially this early into the season. One thing that we all try to preach is not to just get too comfortable, never to get too high, too low. So I think for a second we got a little comfortable. And Pitt, played a good game against us. So, it humbled us. I think I would say it just humbled us and put us back to, okay, we still got a lot of work on. And just getting back to the court to work on those things, then just emphasizing all the little details that we need to get better at.
You've been around this league a long time. It started 72 games. Yeah. How close do you think this team is to being a team that can contend at the top of the league? You've done it. You know what it looks like.
I think we're there. I think obviously there's still more we got to work on, but I think as far as the relationships, the connections that we have, I think to me that's one of the biggest things is family, that brotherhood. My freshman year when I went to Elite Eight, that team was a brotherhood, and I that's something I see with this team, and it was so natural that happened. So when we get on the court, we're fighting for one another. We're fighting for the name on our chest. We're fighting for this university, but like I said, we're fighting for one another, and I think that's what it comes down to. Having that relationship with your brothers, having that connection, and knowing you'll go to war for your brothers, I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Coach Miller kind of talked about the 20-game schedule, and now you guys are basically traveling to everywhere in the country. As a student athlete in your career, how difficult has it been to kind of balance everything with the travel, and now how much more challenging do you think it's going to be going all over the country?
Yeah, it's something we knew coming here to the Big 12. Me coming back to the Big 12, it's something that I knew. With teams added, there's no bad team in this conference. So we know we have to come out every day and put the work in and let it translate on the court. But yeah, there's no bad teams in this conference. So we know every day we got to put the work in, and then every game that comes up when that Big 12 conference starts, it's whoever shows up for that 40 minutes. I don't care if we're undefeated. I don't care who's the number one team. Whoever shows up for that 40 minutes is the one who's going to walk out with a win. So I think we just got to take care of our bodies, stay together. We're going to face adversity, but as long as we stay together, we'll be there for each other.
What do you guys tell Day-Day and Tyler even? Tyler's out for the year, but Day-Day will be back. But, you're a player. That's a difficult thing when you have to miss games.
Yeah, no, Day-Day's taking every day, one day at a time. Day-Day will be ready to go. He's played in the Big 12 last year. He's a real experienced guard that we have, so Day-Day will be ready to go. T-Mac, unfortunately, he'll be ready for it next year. I always tell him all the time, the Big 12 is different. It's the toughest league in the conference, and we're talking about skill, we're talking about depth, everything. It's a tough league to play in, especially as a freshman coming in. My freshman year, it was tough playing in the Big 12. It's not like all the other leagues. It's very tough, very physical. So being a freshman, you don't get to really experience that physicality in high school. So T-Mac will be ready to go. I know he's excited. Then as far as Day-Day knows what it takes to win. He played in the Big 12 last year. He knows what it takes, and he's very experienced, so he'll be ready to go.
Dillon, when you look at your personal development, what areas of your game have Coach West and his staff helped you with since you've stepped on campus?
I think just being more versatile, helping with confidence as well. I think that's something I control, but I think West has definitely instilled that into me a little bit. Just as far as confidence when I go on the court, he's not worried about making mistakes. It's about the effort. You turn the ball over, what's the effort on getting back on defense? So all those little things, and then being able to show a little bit more of my game, being able to handle the ball, pass, come off screens, just being able to expand my game a little bit more and then be able to show that on the court.
You had a lot of options to be able to pick wherever you wanted to go this offseason, but you chose Cincinnati. Why was that?
I think West's passion was the first thing. I mean, when I came on my visit, we sat in his office for 4.5 hours just talking about what he expects from me, what he's going to do to help me be successful at this level and get to the next level. So, I mean, his passion is what stuck out. I mean, I went on a lot of visits and, you know, you do the tour and it's kind of just fun and cool, but I mean, Wes was straight to basketball. And that's why I'm taking these visits. I could care less about where I'm living or the campus, to be honest, but it's about basketball. And I think that's just something that Wes, I seen so quick in Wes, just how passionate he was about basketball, how passionate he was about this university, how passionate he was about us. I mean, he cares about us a lot. He loves us, and he's going to bring it every day on the court. And I think, I mean, once I took my visit, I kind of knew immediately I want to play for Coach Wes.
Dillon, you got to experience this arena last year when Texas came here. Talk about the excitement. Obviously got to witness it a little bit versus Ohio State. Talk about the excitement to see that this time in the Cincinnati uniform come Monday night.
I mean, I'm excited. I'll be honest, when I came here last year, we didn't know what to expect too much because last year was their first year in the Big 12, and I remember by the time we was getting ready for that jump ball, it was frightening a little bit, you know. So I'm excited to be able to play in front of these fans. I mean, this is the reason we go hard every day, for the name on front of our chest, to be able to show up for these fans. So, I mean, I'm telling y'all, when they're out there and they're loud, it is frightening. It is frightening for the opposing team. So, I mean, it's exciting. They're gonna help us win games this year. Best believe Fifth Third will help us, you know, get us out of some games and help us win games this year, bring some wins here. They will be a big factor in that. So I'm excited to play in front of all the fans. Excited to see November 4th when they're all out there, and then obviously when the conference starts, being able to play in front of the fans.
A little off topic from basketball, but what have been your favorite things about the city of Cincinnati so far, being from Florida and then playing in Texas?
Well, I know the first thing is that the cold is getting to me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not cold. It ain't even gotten cold.
It's freezing. My nose is stuffy. I go out. I go out in the morning, take my dogs out. I don't even want to go outside. The city is great. I actually really love it. As far as just how versatile it is. Like, there's so many places to eat. I like Italian, so I know me and my girlfriend's favorite spot is this little place on OTR, like Pepin Dolores or something. Mm-hmm. That's my little spot down there. But been to some Bengals games, caught a Reds game. I mean, there's so much to do out here. And I think everybody's so nice out here. Like, everybody's just so nice. Everywhere you go, everybody's nice. And it is a lot of fun. And I'm excited to even explore more out in the city.
In
Time for one more.
In your intro video, you talked about how Coach Miller had to babysit your dogs for a few days. What was his reaction when you asked him to do that?
I have no idea, because honestly, like, me and my girlfriend came out here and our dog got out here before we did. So I know Coach Dalla was terrified. One thing about Coach Dalla, he is terrified of dogs. So I think Coach Jake, when he was still here, he was the one that came and picked him up at first. They asked Dalla, and Dalla was real like, I don't know if I'm picking them dogs up, but nah, it was that was big for me. My dogs are my little babies. They're my kids to me. So being able for them to come out here before me and all the coaches look after them, that was cool, except Dalla. I got to talk to Dalla about it.
All right, thanks, Dillon.
Appreciate y'all.